Okay, so if you're serious about training, you definitely know this feeling. You absolutely crush a heavy workout, you feel incredible, and then the next day is a rest day. For a lot of us, that rest day feels kind of like a wasted day, right? You get that nagging thought in your head that if you're not pushing yourself to the absolute limit, you must be going backward. But what if that downtime was actually one of your most powerful tools for getting stronger? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down.
To really get a handle on recovery, we first have to understand what we're recovering from. And you know what? Nothing screams workday quite like the deadlift. Like Stacy Artisan from Nerd Fitness says, it's maybe the purest measure of strength. It's just you versus a heavy piece of iron. This is the stress, the challenge. It's the very thing our bodies need to adapt and grow.
So here's our game plan for today. We're going to look at what a day of work really is, then we'll completely redefine what a day of rest can be. After that, we'll put them head-to-head to see the difference, and finally, we'll put it all together to build a smarter program that uses both to make you way stronger.
All right, first up, your days of work. Let's just call this the heavy hitter day. This is the day you show up ready to challenge your limits and do the hard stuff that actually forces your body to change. Now, a heavy hitter day isn't just about throwing weight around. No way. It's about precise, technical effort. Just look at the deadlift setup here. Every single step is deliberate, right? From where you put your feet to creating that full body tension before the bar even thinks about leaving the floor. This isn't just lifting a weight. It's a super coordinated, high-skill move that demands maximum output from your entire system. And this really gets to the core of what a workday is all about: applying productive stress. The deadlift is just incredible because it recruits pretty much every muscle you've got, from your hands gripping the bar all the way down to your legs powering the lift. This total body stress, that's the signal that tells your body, hey, it's time to get stronger.
The science behind all this is called progressive overload, and it is the absolute bedrock of all strength training. It just means that to keep getting stronger, you have to consistently make your workouts a little bit harder over time. You could add more weight, do more reps, more sets. It's a simple idea, but it's absolutely crucial.
And check this out. This chart shows you exactly what progressive overload looks like in the real world. It's tracking the total training volume, so that's weight times reps times sets over 23 workouts. See that steady upward trend? That is not random. That's a planned, gradual increase in stress. That is how you build real, sustainable strength.
Okay, so you've put in the hard work. You've been the heavy hitter. Now it's time for rest. But we're not talking about just kicking back. Let's introduce our second character, the smart strategist. This is where recovery becomes an active, intelligent part of your training.
And this brings us to a really important question. You've stressed your muscles, you've signaled them to grow, but is doing absolutely nothing the fastest way to get there? I mean, is spending your day on the couch really the best strategy for recovery? The answer might just surprise you. This is where active recovery enters the picture. And it's pretty much exactly what it sounds like, being active to recover. The key here is that the activity is low intensity and way lighter than your normal training. The goal is completely different from a light workout. You're not trying to create more stress, you're trying to help your body deal with the stress you've already put it through.
So why even bother? Well, the science is pretty solid. Light movement gets your blood flowing, delivering fresh oxygen and nutrients to those muscles you just hammered. Think about it. That increased circulation helps repair the micro tears in your glutes and hamstrings from that deadlift session. It helps flush out all the metabolic junk, which is why you feel less stiff and sore. This whole process just speeds up repair, so you can come back to your next heavy hitter day stronger and way more prepared.
So now we have our two main players, the heavy hitter and the smart strategist. Let's put them side by side so we can really see their different jobs in this whole story. Man, this table just lays it all out so perfectly, doesn't it? Your workday is all about applying stress with high intensity. It should feel tough, maybe even draining. Active recovery, on the other hand, is the polar opposite. The goal is restoration, the intensity is low, and, this is the most important part, it should leave you feeling better and more energized, not more tired. So how do we actually get these two to work together? Let's stop talking theory and start talking practice. Let's build a smarter program by creating the perfect partnership. And here it is, the main takeaway. Stress and recovery are not enemies. They are two sides of the exact same coin. The heavy hitter breaks you down, and the smart strategist builds you back up, even stronger than before. They are partners working toward the exact same goal.
So what does this actually look like in a real schedule? Well, a smart week might look something like this. Heavy work days on Monday and Tuesday, and then you slot in a strategic active recovery day on Wednesday.
See, that Wednesday session isn't a day off. It's what gets you ready to go hard again on Thursday and Friday. It's basically the glue that holds your high-intensity days together.
Okay, so what do you actually do on these days? It can be surprisingly simple stuff, but let's connect the dots here. See foam rolling, your IT bands, and hip flexors? That's not random. That directly helps with the tightness you get from heavy squats and deadlifts, which can improve your form and reduce injury risk down the line. That figure 4 glute stretch? It improves your hip mobility, which lets you generate more power. See? These aren't just random activities. They're specific maintenance for the awesome machine you're building.
But this all brings us to the single most important rule of all. You have to listen to your body. If you finish your active recovery session and you feel exhausted, you did way too much. The goal is to always walk away feeling better, looser, and more energized than when you started. Your body's feedback is the ultimate guide here.
So I'll leave you with this thought. We've seen that your rest days are every bit as important as your work days when it comes to getting stronger. They are not days off. They are strategic opportunities. So the real question is, how are you going to use them to your advantage?